This afternoon's English higher level paper 2 is not only a very enjoyable paper, but I think a profoundly important one. It puts to bed finally the facile debate about which poets will turn up on the paper, and instead replaces it with a debate about the power of literature, the importance of literature, the relevance of literature. The thinking behind the paper, it seems to me, is that we must acknowledge when we're reading, we must acknowledge both the world that the text comes from and the very different world that we bring to it as readers, and all the tensions that generates. For instance, on the paper, the question on Hamlet asks the candidates to discuss it as a disturbing psychological thriller, a very modern concept applied to a play more than 400 years old. There were examples within comparative study and the poetry about the harsh realities of life, the social world that we live in today, as opposed to the social world that the text is coming from. So overall, no quibble, no debate about the content of the paper. In poetry, three of the near certainties, Evan Boland, John Keats and John Donne turned up, so no difficulties there. The really interesting thing was in the phrasing of the questions, the subtle and challenging phrasing of the questions, which were thought-provoking throughout. But the most remarkable thing, I think, about it is its importance in placing the reader in a contemporary context, our world, reading a text from another world, and, as I said earlier, the tensions that it generates. It's a fascinating paper and a great development in English.